Hello everyone and welcome to Skincare with Hyram. You may notice that my background is different. So I'm currently in a hotel in Los Angeles, my favorite place in the world. Not being sarcastic at all. I was here to speak at an event called CleanCon. I was talking about sustainability with the one and only Shea Coulee from RuPaul's Drag Race. It was a really fun experience. I spoke at the event earlier today. I stayed there for a few hours and then I was so socialized out that I came back and slept for 2 hours. Introvert things. But the day is not over yet and there's something that I really wanted to do. You guys have really enjoyed my series where I go to stores and try to build a skincare routine. And so far I've done like Walmart, Trader Joe's, a Dollar Tree. But I figured because I'm in LA, I want to switch it up. Put a little spin on it. And if you know anything about LA or LA culture specifically, you have probably heard of this store called Erewhon. How does one describe Erewhon? Erewhon is one of those stores that when you go in, you really appreciate the value of money because everything is so fucking expensive. Like you thought Whole Foods was bougie? Bitch. Erewhon will be like 10x that. And it's really created like this subculture of people who are all about Erewhon. I think they're best known for like their smoothies. I recently figured out that they have skincare at Erewhon and I was like, ooh, should I act impulsively? And I decided why not go to Erewhon, check out their skincare, and see if I'm able to build a skincare routine that adheres to my standards and hopefully my wallet. I really don't know what I'm walking into when I go into the skincare section at Erewhon, and I would not be surprised if I saw the prices and turned around and walked right out. So come with me to Erewhon. I'm gonna go in a few hours when it's dark and the least amount of people are in the store because I'm self-conscious filming in public. I don't want to be one of those influencers at Erewhon, even though I most clearly am. So let's go to Erewhon. So I successfully made it to Erewhon, and as soon as I walked through the door, all I could hear in my head on repeat was, eat the rich, eat the rich. Ladies and gentlemen, gays and theys, this store is not for me. I walked down the food aisle and I saw that water was $27. I honestly didn't expect to see much in the beauty section, but I was so impressed. There was like a full aisle. Right away, I saw one of my favorite skincare brands that I haven't used in a while, Kinship. And I was tempted to get their moisturizer, but that's one of my favorite products from them. And I used it a lot in the past, so I decided I would stick with something new, which I'm excited to try. I was really interested in trying out the Erewhon skincare brand, you know, like their own custom brand, until I saw the prices. $100 for a moisturizer, please. Most of the products I would say range between like $30 and $60, which is better than I was expecting, and I was a little worried that I wasn't going to be able to find a full skincare routine, but holy shit. I managed to find 4 products that are all fragrance free. I was shocked. So cleanser check, serum check, moisturizer check, and sunscreen check. Hallelujah. Then I bought the products, happily waddled back to my Uber, and immediately knocked out. Good morning, everyone. Yes, it is the next morning because I ended up getting home from Erewhon at like 10:30. So I'm going to be checking out of my hotel in like 30 minutes. So let's do this fast. I got the goods. And I'm going to use each of the products, walk through them, and let you guys know if Erewhon skincare is actually worth it. And if I was able to build a good ass skincare routine. So the first product is actually from a brand I was so shocked to see in store because I've loved this brand for so long. I actually did a collaboration kit with them a while ago, but it is Kinship. Kinship is an awesome small skincare brand that I was initially attracted to because of how they make their packaging for some of their products, because they do use collected ocean trash for some of their packaging. And they came out with this new cleanser, the Naked Apple Oil-Free Blemish Control Gel Cleanser. And I was specifically interested in this because I have been breaking out right here and right here. I think it's from the travel, but it's been really freaking frustrating. And I figured I'd get a product that would be able to hopefully help control some of the breakouts I am experiencing. And this one's really cool because it has a lot of fruit and vegetable derived extracts, as well as lactic acid in it to exfoliate the skin. And also the packaging is so cute. And I was just so surprised to see them at Erewhon because I think I've only seen them at Ulta and they're really not a bad price point. And going into Erewhon, I was expecting to see exclusively very expensive products, but it was good to see that an affordable brand like this one is actually sold there. So I'm going to use this cleanser and give you guys my thoughts. I would cleanse right here, but I don't have a bowl for water and the bathroom is really small in this hotel room. So I'm going to wash my face and I'll be right back. Okay, I just finished cleansing my skin. My skin feels really nice. It was a really nice cleansing experience, although I will say you don't need to use a lot. I used 3 pumps, which I think is a little bit too much just because of how much this foams up. A little bit goes a long way, so you really only need to use like 1, maybe 2 pumps for your entire face and neck. The cleansing experience was really nice, and I was really impressed at its ability to get rid of some of like the built up oil and sebum that's on my forehead. That's usually how I test how good a cleanser is, if it's able to properly cleanse that area, get rid of some of that built up texture. But my skin doesn't feel too dry. I would say it's a similar experience to like the Youth to the People cleanser, but maybe not quite as strong. But I actually really like the experience with this one. I'm gonna keep using it. But yeah, Kinship is slaying as always. On to the next one. The most expensive product I decided to get was from the brand Facile, and I've only recently been made aware of this brand. I think they did send me some products, but this one is their De-Stress Targeted Calming Serum, and what really drew me to it is the ingredients in it. It has vitamin C, ashwagandha, and niacinamide, which is a pairing that I don't see very often in serums, especially when they claim to calm and de-stress the skin, which is definitely what my skin needs right now. Whenever I travel, my skin tends to get very mad at me, which is really frustrating. But this one was $38, which is definitely on the higher price point side for a single skincare product, but not like outrageously expensive. Because let me tell you, that Erewhon skincare brand I was wanting to try until I saw their moisturizer was like over $100. Same with a lot of the other products there. And this one has great ingredients. It's fragrance free, as I believe all their other products are as well. And this is like luxury packaging, so I'm excited to use this. It says apply 1 dose, which I don't know what that means. Okay, so there's like tiny little like spheres in it, which I believe looks like encapsulated vitamin C, which is definitely my favorite way to get vitamin C on the skin because it helps to preserve the efficacy. Okay, so that wasn't quite enough for my face and neck. I'm gonna use like 3 more drops. It definitely smells like ashwagandha, like a mushroom natural kind of scent, but obviously it's fragrance free. It's not sticky, which is really nice. Sometimes vitamin C products can be, and it doesn't feel too heavy on the skin either. I get a little worried with like calming, redness, soothing products because typically they can be very heavy on the skin. There's like a tiny bit of tackiness, but nothing intense at all. It actually feels like really nice. I'm so glad because I'm like, for $38, this product better perform. Wow guys, 2 for 2. This hasn't happened in these store videos yet. If you guys remember my Walmart skincare routine video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The burn. Sometimes the experience is terrible, but I don't want to jinx it yet because we still have 2 more products. The next one, I'm gonna be honest, I saw this packaging and I was like, this looks really luxe. But the price point wasn't too bad because I believe this was $28, but it is the unscented Luxe Lotion Luxury Face Moisturizer by Luxe Beauty. Now I am like a little conflicted when it comes to this product because obviously it's like in beautiful glass packaging and it's one of the most like affordable products at Erewhon, and it is a vegan formula with some really interesting ingredients like avocado oil, coenzyme Q10, niacinamide, and I love that they do have an unscented option without essential oils. However, this is one of those brands that is so natural that I don't really see effective preservatives in it. Really the only thing is like vitamin E, which is not an effective preservative on its own. A lot of like natural skincare brands, in an effort to stay away from preservatives, will not really use super effective ones. So let's try. Okay, right away the consistency feels like a nice light lotion, which is encouraging because one of the top ingredients is avocado oil. And avocado oil, while it's an amazing ingredient, when it's so high up on an ingredient list, I get a little bit nervous about it being super heavy on the skin because it's more so for like dryness, dry skin, and that's definitely not my skin. But you know what? I'm gonna be on the plane in a few hours. We'll see how it feels on the skin. Okay, so it's lighter than I expected. Feels pretty good. There's no fragrance in it. I will say, looking at my skin, you can see like how oily it looks, which is definitely from those like natural oils that are so high up on the ingredient list. With a lot of natural skincare brands, when I use their moisturizers, I'm like, oh my god, my skin looks so greasy. But this one, it's not like terrible, although I will admit it is a little bit on the greasier side than I like, but it does feel nice on the skin. And given that this was one of the most affordable moisturizers at Erewhon, I'm not mad at it. Maybe this is a product that I would more so like use overnight, or I guess on days when I'm flying or in a really dry climate. And so far, and I don't want to speak too soon, my skin doesn't feel tingly, which is a win. Oh, I also forgot to mention some red flags from this. On the packaging it says it has a specific list of ingredients that they don't formulate with, and one of them is glycerin, which I'm like, glycerin is great for the skin, and I don't really know why they would have an issue with glycerin. It's a great ingredient. Anyway, iffy about the formula, but the experience is pretty nice, albeit a little bit oily, but hopefully the next product is going to resolve that oiliness. sunscreen, and I'm really excited about this one. It is the Salt and Stone Tinted SPF 50 Mineral Sunscreen Stick. Now, granted, this is a very small sunscreen stick, but I have been on a sunscreen stick kick lately because of traveling or just going throughout the day, because it does make it nice to like reapply sunscreen with a stick. And I'm intrigued by this one because it only has non-nano zinc oxide, it's fragrance free, and it does have a nice tint to it, which is kind of rare to find in mineral sunscreens. The only thing I am worried about is that one of the top ingredients is like coconut oil as well as sunflower seed oil, which tend to be like very greasy on the skin rather than the mattified look that I like to look for. Okay, here goes nothing. I wish I had like a handheld mirror because I'm really just going off of my phone screen right now, but it does look like it's kind of like, dare I say, mattifying my skin. It looks less greasy and shiny than it did before. Okay, and it's definitely on there. I can feel it. I mean, that looks pretty nice. Did I find a new sunscreen stick I love? Oh, it's so rare to find mineral sunscreen formulas that I really like, but let's try it on my forehead where it's really greasy and see how it does. Oh my god, look at that. I mean, it wasn't like completely transformative, but that did a pretty good job of like reducing the oiliness on my forehead. And most impressively, at least for my skin tone, it looks like it's matching pretty well. Yeah, that doesn't look like white cast heavy at all. I mean, is my skin still a little bit greasy and more greasy than I would like? Yes, but I'm just gonna blame the moisturizer for that one. While I can feel that this formula is definitely like a little bit on the heavier side, which is what I was expecting, I think on its own or with like a really lightweight moisturizer, it would actually perform pretty well. Okay, so I checked in the mirror. Not gonna lie, guys, I am really pleasantly surprised by this formula. I don't see any white cast on my skin, and the tint is like a perfect match for my skin. I'd say it's like a little bit more on the tanner side, but that's usually how I like it to be, just because I use so much sunscreen on my face that I do tend to look a little bit pale, so it adds like a little bit of color to the skin. I'll be honest, my skin is looking a little bit more greasy than I like, but I really do think that is due to the moisturizer rather than the sunscreen. I mean, the experience is pretty nice. I'd say my only complaint is that it is a little small for the price point, because this was, I think, $19. No, sorry, $18. So is it on the pricey side? Yes, but it was also like one of the most affordable products at Erewhon. And one thing I really actually like about this size is that compared to like the Beauty of Joseon sunscreen or the Coat Stick sunscreen, both of which I love, this one I can easily fit into my pocket without my pocket bulging or it being too clunky. So I have to say, I'm pretty impressed by this formula. Wow, you guys, this was not the direction I was expecting this video to take. I was fully expecting to go to Erewhon, get some products, and be very dissatisfied with them, but given the quality of the products that I was able to get at like a relatively low price point, I'm pleasantly surprised. I believe this entire skincare routine cost $115, which, you know, was a little bit pricey, but this is Erewhon, guys. Cream cheese was like $15 there. The water was $7. So given that I was able to get a good quality skincare routine, not to mention that all the products I found were fragrance free, which is so rare to find in stores that focus on more like natural skincare, Erewhon has some pretty good skincare products. So when you guys are in LA, or if you feel like stopping by Erewhon, I would say definitely check out their skincare section. There's some great options there. I can't speak for the really expensive skincare products they have, but I can speak for the more affordable ones, and I'm not having an allergic reaction, which is more than what I can say for the other videos that I've made. But what do you guys think? Have you shopped at Erewhon before? Have you looked at their skincare selection? I would love to know your thoughts, or just what you think of the store overall. Like I said before, all the products I've used in today's video will be listed in the description box below if you do want to do some shopping. And if you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you can see my videos every single week. And I am going to rush out to the airport because I don't want to be late to my flight, so I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah!